Will your leadership stand the test of time? Let's talk about it coming up. Hi, welcome back to Leading from the Basement. I'm Jeremy, and I want to talk about this past weekend for a minute, if I could. Over the 4th of July weekend, I had a chance to visit my parents in Montana, along with all of my siblings and all of our kids. There was about 50 people there. It was a combination 4th of July celebration, family reunion, and commemorating my parents' 60-year anniversary. It was a great time. As you can imagine, it was busy and crazy and a lot of fun. And it was just a great weekend. One of the high points, or what we thought what would be one of the high points of the weekend, was opening a time capsule. 20 years ago, this same weekend, 20 years ago, back in the year 2000, my siblings and I and my parents buried a time capsule. We got a big Rubbermaid container with the airtight lid. Each family, and there are 5 of us kids, so there are a lot of us, and our kids that we had at the time. We've had more kids since then, but all of us put things into this time capsule: newspapers, pictures. We all wrote letters that we would read to each other 20 years later. So we were really looking forward to this. So the time came, this all happened just yesterday, for us to dig up the capsule. And we started to dig this capsule up, and as soon as we pulled out this big Rubbermaid container, we knew something was wrong. There was a bunch of water sloshing around. Well, this container was not as airtight as we thought it would be, or watertight. And as we started to go through the contents, it was fairly obvious that everything was completely ruined. So we started to call it the time capsule after that. So the time capsule became a time capsule because there really was very little salvageable. Some of the toys that some of the kids had left in, they were okay. We cleaned them up, but the pictures were all destroyed. The newspapers were all destroyed. And it was mostly just a big mess. And my wife, she's very smart. She said, we didn't necessarily have to bury this time capsule. We could have just put it up in the attic. Great idea. We should have done that. We'll do that next time we do a time capsule. You don't have to actually bury them. But it made me think. It made me think of this idea of leaving something behind. This idea of a legacy. Or think about a stewardship. What's the idea of stewardship? The idea of stewardship is leaving something better than you found it. So I've been thinking about this since yesterday. This recurring thought of, what am I going to leave behind? Think about it in terms of your family relationships. What am I going to leave behind? Will all the people that I've touched throughout my life be better for it? Will I have left their lives better? Will I have made their lives better? Or will I be a big pile of muddy water in a container? Or in your work life, all these folks that you have interacted with over the years, will you have made their life better? Or will you have left a bunch of muddy water for them? So I don't have an answer for you. I just wanted to think about that and get you to consider this idea of a legacy, what we leave behind. What's going to be the monument that we leave for other people after we've left the organization, after we've passed on and left our family? What will we have left behind? What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please take a minute and share those in the comments, and take a minute and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on Leading from the Basement. Bye-bye.